So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Boy, it's a long weekend, let me tell you, man.
Right.
So Friday I'm chilling at work, man, and we're on the phone with someone that we're helping roll out their record, and not like really managing, but kind of managing them, and he's like, "You guys want to go to my show tonight?" And Matt was like, I was out last night at another show that I couldn't go to. And Matt was like, you want to go? I'm like, I guess. So I wound up at a vegan restaurant at 7 o'clock at night on Friday to watch Jonathan Francis perform.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a fun show. I mean, it was a cool vibe because I had wanted to go to this place anyway because I'd known this restaurant for a while. They weren't like serving food or anything, but I just wanted to see the inside. So it's a perfect excuse to go do that. John killed it, and I also caught some guy named Roger Harvey, I believe was his name, and he was pretty good. And then I was like, I'm gonna go to Target, so I peaced out. There was a Target down the road, dude. I fucking love that store.
Wow. Okay, I'm glad you like Target, man.
Yeah, bro, I love Target. I'm like a soccer mom over here.
Right, yeah.
Me and my SUV going to Target on Friday night.
Come on, get in the car. We're going to Target.
So I did that, and then Saturday I went to the show I've been excited for all year. Saw the Violent Femmes with my mom.
Oh yeah.
It was a time, let me tell you. Wasn't half bad.
Exactly. I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, you're gonna be like, actually, I had a good time, and I sent out a press request already.
No, but I had an alright. They were all right. They've only been doing it like 40 years, so I would hope their live show wasn't complete dog shit. I just wish that they played a different drum beat at some point during the 90 minutes, because it wasn't like a full drum kit. It was like just like you just had a drum like in front of him and like one off to the side, and he just kept tapping it in the same goddamn rhythm for the whole night. I'm like, your hands tired yet, dude? Also, I saw an acoustic bass for the first time. That was the most exciting part of the night. This guy was
those exist?
This guy was shredding this acoustic bass. It was fucking awesome.
I have to see this. There's no way. I've never seen that before.
I didn't either until that night.
What? That's so weird.
What the fuck is the point? I don't know.
It's like nobody can hear that, bro.
It was fucking awesome, let me tell you. No, it was an acoustic bass that they plugged in. So I don't get the point, but it was cool. And so that was cool.
Wouldn't it just make like the same sound as like an electric?
But he was shredding the fuck out of it, dude.
But it's like it does the same thing.
But the difference is he wasn't shredding the fuck out of the electric bass. He was shredding the fuck out of the acoustic bass, dude.
Okay, pop off, man. That's crazy. Didn't know this existed.
And then they like pulled out a banjo at some point, and I'm like, where the fuck am I?
Where were you hiding that?
and at another point, he pulled out like, what is it? It's the violin that goes up here, right? Yeah, he pulled out a violin a couple of times. I'm like, what the fuck? And they also they had like their cases like strewn about on the stage, so they would just like bend over and pull something else out. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Wow, so that actually sounds like a fun show. You never know what instrument they're gonna pull out of their ass next.
Or who was gonna come from side stage and play a trumpet with them. Like they just had guys that would just like come out and like they'd sit down and they tap on the drum box, like the acoustic drum or whatever. And then like there were other guys that would come out and just play trumpets and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
But your mom loved it.
Oh, she had a great time.
Good. There you go. I
personally had an alright time, but I was just watching this guy shred this acoustic bass.
Acoustic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
And then Sunday I didn't go to any shows, but I saw the Flyers, Philadelphia Flyers, and the San Jose Sharks. And as my partner and I were walking into the arena, the Phillies won the championship, so they're going on to the World Series. The entire fucking parking lot erupted, and you could hear the stadium because the stadium was on the same plot of land, so it was like fucking insane, dude. I'm like, I'm not from here, but that was pretty cool. So I'm a big sports guy now. Quitting the podcast, starting a sports podcast. Oh
my god, you could join Jen.
Oh my god, Jen, are you hiring?
Well, that's hockey. That's hockey.
I know hockey now. I was at a hockey game last night. I know all about it. I totally understand the sport. I didn't know how many periods there were in hockey until last night, and I felt bad asking.
Oh my god, I thought you meant like the word. I was like, what are you talking? The actual like divisions. Yeah. Well, how many are there?
There's 3, which is stupid.
That makes like no sense.
No sense at all.
They just want to be different.
But I didn't want to ask Sam, and I didn't look it up beforehand. So I was just sitting there like, all right, so we're in the third period, and it's 9:30. Is this game almost over, or we got another 20 minutes to go?
Exactly, yeah.
It ended. Thank God. But it was a good time. They got their asses kicked, and it was a very poorly played game, so it was over fast. But I had a good time. I got into it because all the people around me were like, yeah, fuck you guys. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Just joining in.
I'm like, I'm not from here. I've never been to a hockey game before, but yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Fuck the ref. Yeah, fuck him.
Hey man, check your phone like real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. No, don't say anything because I didn't want to say anything, but I just got that notification.
The fuck that is, so.
You don't know who that is?
No fucking idea.
They're literally like, well, not them, but like the band is on my wall. Who's my favorite band, Shane? Think about it in your head.
Nice Nine Kills.
Yes. Who? We literally just spoke about this man like 2 days ago.
I get it now. I had to look him up. My bad.
There you go. God damn it, dude.
Sorry, guys.
You should know everybody ever in your head automatically, man.
That is a lot of work. I can't remember your name half the time.
That's valid. Man.
Shout out Zoom and contacts.
Shout out Zoom, man. That is the funniest thing you've said, dude. That was amazing. Okay.
And then on some festival news, When We Were Young happened this weekend. Only half the dates that were scheduled, but that's fine because the second date apparently went actually pretty smoothly. I've heard it both on the artist end and the actual people that paid to go. And and then tomorrow, Adjacent Fest in Atlantic City is getting announced. I'll see everybody on Twitter at 8 a.m. I'm waking up. I don't give a fuck how tired I am. If I sleep 3 hours tonight, I am up 8 a.m. I'm yelling about that fucking lineup. So apologize for your timeline in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Parks might be on there. With the current lineup, I mean, it looks like it's going to be like another When We Were Young Fest, but just like on the beach.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
With the headliners.
Yeah, because it's the headliners are Paramore and Blink, and then there's Turnstile that it popped up on their bands in town, so they're playing probably the same day as Blink. Who knows though? They might not be playing in Hershey the day before. Who fucking knows? And then Knocked Loose has teased it. The Starting Line has teased it, and then Adjacent Fest follows LS Dunes,
oh my god,
Pinkshift, and Drug Church and the Movie Life on Instagram.
Wow.
So I got 10 bands right there. And Hot Milk also tweeted that they've got news for the US tomorrow, and I'm like, that's Adjacent Fest. You guys are playing Adjacent Fest.
That's a crazy
You guys don't want to admit
lineup.
it, but you're playing Adjacent Fest. I don't care if you guys have I think Slam Dunk happens around the same time. I could be totally wrong. I don't care if you guys are playing that. You guys are going to be at Adjacent Fest. So
do Adjacent Fest instead. The only bad thing, did you see anything bad about When We Were Young? Because I only saw like 2 things.
Only uptight buttholes that were stuck at home.
Oh, yeah. Me.
Yes.
That was me.
Yes, that was you.
But I'm talking about like the festival, like how it was run.
No, I mean, the only thing I saw someone complain about was that they bought GA but couldn't get in the GA pit because they like barricaded off a certain amount for the GA, but obviously there was space behind it where you could stand. And for those huge acts, everybody convened to the one stage because Paramore and My Chemical Romance played back to back.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. and they had to close off the actual like pit GA, but obviously you could still it's not like you got kicked out if you weren't in there. You could still see just fine. There was just just now another barrier. There's just now another barrier in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I saw that happen. Yeah. I just saw like pictures of it, and I was like, "That's a weird way to set up a pit." But I mean, like, it makes sense as like precaution or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I've never been to a festival 60,000 people deep, to be honest. So like, I wouldn't know. Mm-hmm. But I saw people were saying like the only complaints were security sucked.
Well, that's
like
every
they weren't
festival.
Like checking. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna be like, yeah, I mean that makes sense. And then also, there were like no trash cans, so it's like there was like trash everywhere. Yeah, and that's just, I mean, like, that's unpleasant. But, like, again, that's, like, every festival. People, like, just throw stuff on the ground. And I'm like, guys, there's a trash can right there.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's every show ever, honestly.
Yeah.
But based on, I never thought that it was going to be a shit show. I was always kind of like, well, I'm not going to stroke Live Nation's dick here, but I don't think that this is going to go as poorly as everybody says it's going to go. I was always on that team. So it's nice to see that it wasn't emo Firefest, and it was hilarious seeing everybody that was like, it's emo Firefest when the day one got canceled, and then it going off without a hitch. Like it went so smoothly. Even the artists were tweeting like, this is the best run festival we've ever played, and I'm like, yeah, you go, Nico from Knocked Loose, you tell them.
See, and it's like, I feel like I never said it was gonna be like Firefest. I was always just kind of like, I don't think this is gonna go super smooth because it popped out of nowhere. And half the bands, what is it? Oh my God, what do you say to protect yourself legally if it's
allegedly.
Not like 100%? Allegedly. Thank you so much. Half the bands allegedly did not know that they were even going to play the festival until it was announced.
Let me tell you, that's a whole lot of poop.
And it's just like, I don't know. That made me go like, let's see how that goes. And then, you know, they were like, we're gonna do the same lineup 4 different times, and I was like, that's like a lot of tickets and people to manage and whatever. But I mean, like, Firefest is a completely different thing because those people are like stranded on an island with like no food, no water, and like tents. Yeah. Where it's like, bro, you're on the Vegas Strip. You're good. You'll live. Like, it sucks bad, but it's like at the same time, bro, you could be walking down the Vegas Strip and like Gerard Way and Frank Aero and just Mikey are just like hanging out there, and you're like, holy shit, it's Gerard Way and Frank and Mikey, and they avoid you obviously because like what? But like, come on, that's crazy. Exactly, like ew, pu. But I don't know, but just did you see the Bring Me the Horizon show that they did last minute? I should have been there.
I wanted to be in Vegas at that moment. I wanted to be I wanted to be pissed off that I spent $300 on one of your young tickets and I couldn't go. I saw people complaining that the pop-up shows either A, weren't big enough, or B, that the bigger bands on the lineup weren't doing it. Could you imagine if My Chemical Romance did a 350 cap fucking
bloodbath,
fucking free show in Las Vegas? The amount of people that would show up for that, the amount of injuries from that, the chaos inside of the venue, bro,
dude. But like, people would probably fly in for that.
Exactly.
People would, I mean, I know I would.
Yeah.
If I was given like a 4 hours notice, bro, I'd be in Vegas.
Exactly. Like, come on, but it's like the chaos that would be caused by something like that. Like, even the fact that a band like All American Rejects were able to play in a fucking barbecue restaurant and it not go over, like, it went over pretty smoothly, all things considered, is wild because they're huge. But imagine a band like My Chem or Paramore. Like, Bring Me did the right thing being a huge band. They played probably the biggest venue they could secure, like 2,500 people or something, and it was ticketed.
Yes, see, and that's what I appreciated because I saw a lot of people like, why are they charging for tickets? And I'm like, it's so you're able to reserve a spot.
Yeah, because
for all the other bands, there were already like 2,000 people in line for a 300 cap venue, and it's like then people are gonna get angry, like, I've been here longer than you, blah blah blah. If you have a ticket, bro, that's your secured spot to get in. Yeah. That makes sense. $60 though? I wouldn't have done $60. No. But I mean, it was probably set by the venue, so I can't really like blame them. But like,
well, the venue's got to get their cut. You know, it's not like it was a bar that was like, yeah, we hold karaoke nights every Thursday, so we'll host you guys tonight. Sure. That's fine. Yeah, we'll cancel the karaoke night.
Wish that was for my Ken.
Yeah. So, but I just thought that it was weird that like people were like getting, like, I understand emotions were high, but it's like people that were sitting at home were getting upset that these bands weren't doing shit, and they're like, this is a test of like who cares about the fans and who doesn't. I'm like, bro, there are radius clauses and shit. Like, it's very possible that my chem wants to go out there and perform in the street, but they contractually cannot. Like,
exactly. And also, some bands deserve a break. Like, some bands are kind of like, hey, you know, free break day. Great. They shouldn't have to be forced to do a show when a show was canceled. Like, it sucks, but like, at the end of the day,
no one was getting mad that the small artist on the bill, they were all sitting chilling. Like, exactly. Yeah. I didn't see Huddy fucking doing a secret show. Let me tell you,
Huddy and Jaden didn't see that.
Exactly.
Crying about that.
Yeah. And then the last point that I would like to talk about before we move on.
I saw no one complaining about Lil Huddy doing a secret show. That's the point.
Well, at least they got Landon Barker on the Bring Me the Horizon show, so we got the TikTok fix in. Don't worry.
We got it. We're good.
But the last thing I'd like to talk about before we kind of move on, unless you've got anything else to add, are people that were complaining throughout both when the festival was announced and up until, you know, obviously people brought it up again when the first day got canceled, was that the tickets were not refundable. I would like to remind everybody that's ever bought a ticket in their entire life that 99.9% of the time those tickets aren't refundable. Even when you buy the fucking insurance, half the time they're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, because insurance is like, if you die, if a loved one dies, if you get in a car crash and possibly die, that's literally like the only thing that'll get you your money back. I've read it.
Yeah.
Sucks, dude.
So I don't get I saw avid concert goers being like, why would I buy a non-refundable ticket to the 2023 When We Were Young Fest when the first festival hasn't even happened yet? Like, because you bought a non-refundable ticket to see WithCon the day before. That's why.
Just resell it is the thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So
like, it's not, you're not completely locked in. I'm sure thousands of people would want that ticket if you put it up for face price.
Yeah, I've just been watching people make that stupid fucking argument since the festival was announced, and I didn't actually have the energy to be like, you have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it now, because the festival is 2/3 of the way over.
Yeah. Right. And the last thing I want to say is I hate the argument, and I'm pretty sure, I believe it was Vinny from Black Veil Brides who touched on it, but the argument that, oh my God, I don't trust this festival, that the festival's it's not gonna go well because it's by Live Nation,
who produces 90% of the shows you go to.
Every single festival music thing that you've gone to, 90% sure it was done by Live Nation. All the big tours, Live Nation. That's also Ticketmaster, by the way. The place you buy your tickets to go to your shows is the same place that is Live Nation. Just because they also did Astro World, which, like, obviously that was an awful time, but it's like,
Live Nation has their hands on a lot of things. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, you can't just put that, like, are you gonna say the same thing about, like, oh my God, I can't think of a festival, like, Lollapalooza? Is that Live Nation?
No, I don't think it is. But I mean, it's kind of
the
same.
First one I think of.
It's kind of the same argument though, because it's like it's still a huge fucking festival. But like, I mean, to kind of bring it back to the Live Nation, it's like, well, are you going to say that about the show that you went to last night to see WithCon? Back to the WithCon argument.
Because we miss you, WithCon, come back.
Because once again, I saw a lot of avid concert goers saying that shit. And it's like, do you guys are you guest listed to every show under the fucking sun? Because you buy tickets on Live Nation and Ticketmaster all of the fucking time, and those shows are produced and booked and all sorts of shit. Live Nation has their hands in so much of the live music industry. It's it's a monopoly at this point. But it's like, if you're not going to like a dive bar, there's a very good chance that Live Nation has their hands in it. So I'm glad you brought that up because that argument really got me going too. But once again,
Oh yeah.
didn't have the
Every
energy.
time I see it. Exactly. Every time I see it, I don't have the energy to reply to every 500 people a second who are like, "Well, Live Nation did Astro World, so they're gonna mess this one up too." Like, bro, no, it's like it's a big company, man.
Yeah,
they do everything.
And I believe Mike Zemer was tweeting that like, although it's Live Nation produced, there were smaller people that had their hands in this festival. You know, so that's why it was like, it's not just the multi-billion-dollar corporation that's like, we'll just refund everybody and refund your hotels. It's like there were other people's like jobs and livelihoods and shit on the line, because the fire marshal had to call it. That's how bad they wanted the show to go on. But I'm glad that it went off. I'm glad it went off without a hitch, because I didn't want everybody that was like, it's gonna go over poorly to be right. That's basically why.
Oh, yeah, because you have both sides of the scale on the podcast right now. You have the, no, it's gonna go great, and also, guys, I don't think this is looking so good, because I was never like, I don't know, I didn't really have much faith in it, but now that I've seen the first day go like super smoothly.
Yeah, your arguments were a lot more valid than like, it's produced by Live Nation and tickets are non-refundable. Like, you were like, I don't know,
all tickets are non-refundable. I
don't know if 80,000 people in an enclosed space at a nostalgia driven emo festival
that came out of nowhere
is a good idea. Yeah, exactly. Like, I would argue that argument's a little bit more valid than it's put on by Live Nation. Just a bad argument. Anybody that's watching that had that argument, I totally get it. It's fine.
I don't,
but it's a bad argument. I'm sorry. But that's enough when we were young talk. Next week we'll talk about a Jason Fest, and I'll probably poop my pants over the lineup. So that's good.
I just want to say thank you for the 12-bit sauce with spoons.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, I sound like Brendan Urie now. Thanks for the bits.
At least we weren't in the middle of like an apology.
An apology for like being racist or whatever he did that one time. Oh, sorry. Let me pause this for 1 second. Thanks for the bits.
Was it the Zach Hall one? I don't even remember.
I think it was in that one specifically. I remember he was like, I've grown as a person. I think it was the T slur. Where he was like, I've grown as a person and blah, 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 blah. Oh, thanks for the bits.
Too funny.
Bro.
Too funny.
Oh my god. Writes itself. Crazy.
But anyways, we got some music to talk about this week. So we get started here. Architects dropped a new album, The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit.
Banger title.
I wish it was The Classic Symptoms of a Broken Heart. That's what my brain keeps reading it as, so I'm glad I didn't say that out loud when I was reading the title off real professionally. I'm liking this album. I'm liking this album a lot. My only gripe with it is that most of the songs on it kind of just feel like a B-side to the last record, which is all well and good, because I really like that record.
It's a very good record.
But it's just like, I know they're kind of going a different direction here, where they're kind of they're not so much metalcore now, is it, where they're like going a little bit more like that radio friendly kind of rock shit, but they're doing it very well in my opinion. Like, they haven't went full-blown butt rock here, and I'm here for it. Like,
thank god.
Yeah, like we still got some breakdowns, you know. But it's just, it didn't feel like there was much of an evolution. It just kind of felt like they stayed in the same lane.
That's fair.
Which is fine if you want to do that 2 albums in a row. I'm just hoping that doesn't like become the formula. You know, that's the only reason why I kind of feel like bringing it up, is because I don't want it to become a formula for the band, where it's like every year and a half they just spit out
Mayday Parade.
They just they just spit out a record that sounds exactly like the last 2. But I'm really enjoying some cuts off of here. Living is Killing Us and Doom Scrolling are, I think, 2 of my favorites.
God. I was gonna mention Doom Scrolling. Yeah. That was my favorite.
But the singles, I'm also really liking the singles, like what is it, A New Moral Low Ground, which was the most recent one. I'm really liking that song. So I'm definitely enjoying the record, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time with it. It's just like, I'm hoping that this doesn't become the Architects formula, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't get repetitive with their next releases. I also enjoyed this album. The fact that I had a favorite off the first listen is very rare for me. Because it takes a couple listens for me to be like, oh, this banged. Unless I'm put on the spot, and then my brain is like, you really liked this one, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I did like that one. Which is like most interviews.
This one sounds good.
This one was good. But yeah, I really liked it. It did sound familiar. And I knew that it was similar to the last album because I liked it almost instantly. Like first couple tracks in, I was like, oh my God, this album is incredible because it was familiar because I knew it. But I could see myself, as you said, kind of like getting bored of it if they do this for like another album or so.
Yeah.
But honestly, I can't complain. I genuinely liked it so much so that I I looked for a vinyl. I didn't buy it though, so we're good, guys.
Yeah, I'm sitting out on the vinyl right now. I think I'll wind up buying one if there's still some left, or like if I come across one in a store or something. But right now, sitting solely, I'm waiting for these adjacent festival prices to drop because I'm afraid I might have to take out like a mortgage or something.
Yeah, honestly, festival tickets aren't usually awful.
And usually festival tickets you can do payment plans, which is kind of what I'm sitting here waiting for.
The best.
Yeah. But I'm just worried that it's going to be like, it's 2-day tickets, so it's $500. And I'm like, oh, and then press bet.
I mean,
buy.
I was going to say, you're still going to do it though.
Because it's like, if they're going to do a festival in Atlantic City, that means, according to a radius clause, if the radius clause is 90 miles, that rules most of these bands out for Philly and New Jersey, or Philly and New York. So I'll be there.
Exactly, yeah.
Because that's summer touring right there. So I'll be there.
You will be there, front and center.
Yes.
Pinkshift dropped new album, Love Me Forever. Oh my God. This was incredible. Like, my brother's a big Pinkshift stan. Hasn't listened to the album yet, but because he's been waiting. But I was like, bro, have you listened to the album? He was like, no, is it good? And I was like, dude,
you should do that. You should do that.
Oh, you need to listen to it immediately. It is incredible. I can never pronounce their album, their last EP name. Like that one, but this one is a clear step up. It feels like they've really, really tuned in and zoned in on their actual sound and what they want to go for. The I'm Not Crying one, incredible, mainly because they played that one live, and I knew most of the lyrics because they played it live. So honestly, entire album flows really well. The only thing that I would change is possibly the opener, because I'm personally not a fan of openers, like opening tracks that kind of just start off. I like a slow kind of like build up, because then it feels like an opener, whereas this one felt like it could have just gone anywhere on the album. But that's just me and how I like my albums to flow.
Fair enough. I really like this fucking record. Like, obviously have always liked Pinkshift, but I was kind of just like, band is cool, they're doing cool things, I'm enjoying watching them progress, but this is the first time where I heard something that they did and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I finally got it. Like, it clicked for me. I was like, holy fucking shit, this is awesome. From the first track to the last track, I was like, this fucking record is phenomenal. I knew the band was great, but I'm like, this band is fucking awesome, and I am so here for it. It's been awesome to kind of watch them grow from the ground floor, because it really has been kind of since day one where I've been, following along on their journey, and it's crazy to see, like, they're in Hopeless now, they're headlining, they're not doing too bad out there headlining right now, they just toured with Pup, so it's nuts to watch the growth. So much so that, like, we didn't have them on the podcast. That just feels good, because, like, goddamn, look at that.
You guys are killing it.
Good job, guys.
Come on the podcast, though.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back on. But it's just been awesome to kind of watch it all kind of blow up in real time. So hell yeah, good job, guys. Stoked for the next one. No pressure though. Let's ride the wave of this one. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Arctic Monkeys dropped a new album, The Car.
Arctic Monkeys.
I have been sitting here. I was like, shit, man, I gotta listen to this goddamn podcast playlist. And I like stopped the Pinkshift album halfway through on my car ride home. And I was like, ooh, I could listen to the podcast playlist, but that would mean I have to listen to the Arctic Monkeys album tonight. Or I could do it tomorrow morning when I'm half asleep. I didn't want to listen to this album so bad that I saved it until the morning. I don't know. I just, like, I've heard cuts from this band before, and nothing has been like, I want to come back to this. Like, it's totally like I think they're a cool band and it's awesome. You know, it's like all of a sudden I just started hearing this name from fucking every corner of the internet. So I think they're all right, but it's not for me. That's pretty much where I'm at. Like, the record was fine, but I'm just like, it's not for me. It's not my kind of music in the slightest.
I tweeted this. I'm gonna say it here. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, I thought Arctic Monkeys was a pop punk band. So
I fucking wish.
The first track, I was like, oh, you know, they're you know, pulling like a hoo, you know, like this isn't, you know, like this is just this is just like the weird intro track, you know, like, oh, they're doing something different. Exactly. And I was like, okay, you know, like the next track. And then the next track came, and I was like, okay, this is the same vibe as the first track. Okay, it's gonna be the next one, because like they're just like getting you into the album, you know. And it kept going, and I was like, this is getting worse. Like, not like worse, like bad.
Just like less likely that it's gonna be pop punk.
Last track, but no, it never came. Gonna be completely honest here. It was a good album. It put me to sleep. Because it's like, I like Cave Town. Yeah. That'll tell you like what type of music I listen to. But just I couldn't like this album. Like, I'm glad their fans like it, because clearly they've done this sound before, because I tweeted it and somebody was under it like, well, you've never listened to their last album. I was like, bro, the podcast wasn't even made when the last album was created. So no, I've never listened to them before this. So maybe you guys should have a pop punk era.
I agree.
That would fit.
It almost feels like I was listening to this record and I was like, this flows too well. Like, I almost want there to just be like an out of left field, like, what the fuck
pop
moment.
Punk song.
Not even a pop punk song, just like we're kind of cruising through here on the drive, and like we hit a bump that kind of sends us to the core of the earth for a second, you know? That's what I wanted to happen. Or like we accidentally get on a launch pad and it sends us to the moon, and then we just kind of land back where we were, and the drive continues like nothing ever happened. I kind of wanted that to happen, but it was actually just flowing too well for me. Like, I'm always like, damn, this album flowed really well, but I was like, this album just flowed too fucking well.
Too well. Almost like every song sounds exactly the same. Sorry.
That was mean.
I'm sorry, guys. I think, as I said, good quality album, not my cup of tea. Oh my god, because they're British.
Spoons. Thanks for the bits again.
Oh my god, thank you for the bits. Witch Fever. Oh my god, Witch Fever dropped a new album, Congregation. This album is a masterpiece. I need everybody's eyes on Witch Fever immediately. This album, incredible. I always like when people do kind of like I don't want to put a label on them, but just in my brain, that kind of like gothic garage bandy twist on church themed music. Does that make sense? It's a masterpiece. It's beautiful. Loved this album. We spoke to Hey Shane.
Spoke to the man.
What's special about us in Witch Fever?
We spoke to them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Yes. So as Glory said, we spoke to them, and it's not like Glory before an interview to really talk to me about the music. We're normally bullshitting about just fucking whatever. But she was like, this is the first time where I like actually saw, besides like the obvious ones that we've done, where Glory was like, dude, this fucking record blew me away. And I'm like,
crazy.
What the fuck?
No pee-pee poo-poo jokes? You good?
I'm like, you're not even caffeinated yet.
No, I wasn't.
But I was just like, yeah, I agree. This record is fucking great, but I've never seen Glory quite like that. I thought this album was fucking awesome. They played with My Chem. I believe they said that this was a Frank pick, or like they had talked to that at some point. Frank had come up during that portion. Them. Yeah. So I was like, this is such a Frank band, because I knew they had opened, the name sounded familiar, and I was like, I was listening to it, I was like, this is such a Frank
it fits
band. Yeah. But this album is fucking awesome. All eyes on Witch Fever.
Need that.
MOTHICA dropped a deluxe version of her album Nocturnal. I have been sitting here patiently waiting for this. Haven't spent too much time with this record this year, but I really would like to spend more time with it because, as I've said pretty much every single time we talked about MOTHICA, one of my favorite artists kind of doing it right now. So I think that her shit is just really cool. And I think that if you're listening to this right now, you can email us and we'd love to have you on the podcast. That's what I think right now.
Ditto. I
So
agree.
true.
Yeah, this deluxe was really good. It was like what, 4 extra tracks? Yeah, really, really good. Oh my god, I had a favorite. I think it was just somebody featured on it was the whole thing about it. Nope, it was Star. Completely got that mixed up. Star, incredible, immaculate. Genuinely just a really good track. It made it perked my ears. Is that what you say? Is that the saying? My ears perked up.
Sure.
My ear. It grabbed my attention.
Ear sex.
No.
It's like Nero Forte by Slipknot. Ear sex.
My god. Give up. Oh my god. Amazing deluxe. Again, haven't revisited, haven't had a chance to revisit it because we're constantly listening to new music. But this album honestly was one of the better things to come out this year. So good job again on that. Thumbs up. Please come on the podcast. You're really good.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh my god, I've been practicing. Wait. Give me a second. I have to listen to this.
I'm glad that you put this on your side because I saw that it was for me and I was like, ain't gonna fucking happen. Not gonna happen.
See, no, because I've been practicing how to say this. Give me a second. Okay. Wild Ways dropped a new EP. Cartoonish Liva Vamira. All right.
You fucking crushed that, dude.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Oh my god. Yeah. We actually spoke to Wild Ways 2 years ago. Was not about this EP, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This EP was incredible. Genuinely really liked it. It got me off guard because it was like, what was it after? Was it after the MOTHICA thing?
I think so.
Where I was just like, yeah, it was immediately after MOTHICA. What a left turn, honestly. But I loved it. I love their sound. Even though I don't know what they're saying, you guys got it. Yeah. You're killing it.
This I thought the band was cool like when we talked to them fucking 2 years ago, but then we dove into that record with them. And I remember saying during the interview, like, holy fucking shit. Like, newfound respect for you guys found 15 minutes into this fucking interview. Like, what the fuck? And then I actually had went back and listened to that album a couple more times post that interview. So when this popped up, I was like, bro, obviously, I don't care that it's in Russian. We have to talk about it because this band is fucking awesome. And did not disappoint in the slightest. I really hope that someday this band gets the international fucking recognition that they deserve because they're fucking crushing it. And I would kill to see them perform over here one of these days, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So let's come on the podcast again. Gloria can say the EP title because she's clearly got that down. And, and we'll have a good time. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Black Veil Brides dropped a new EP The Morning. So based off of Savior 2, I didn't have high hopes for this EP, I'm going to be honest with you. Upon listening to the EP, I'm stoked to announce that I think that Savior 2 is the worst song on here.
Wow.
I think that it was a horrible song to lead with, and also to be the only single. Devil is a great song.
My friend's favorite.
Yeah, The Revival is also a great song, and Better Angels I think was like fine, but like there were clearly better songs on here to be singles. I don't know. I just thought that upon listening to it, I was like, Savior 2 is like not, because like I thought we were gonna get like some slower vibe going on here, and I was like like cool, but not kind of what I want from Black Veil Brides. So I thought that was weird, but I really enjoyed this EP, especially Devil. And it seems like that's kind of the song that they're leaning into. They live debuted it at When We Were Young Fest. So it's a cool song. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I really enjoyed this EP. I wasn't the biggest fan of their last album. Gonna put that out there.
Yeah. I believe we both put it on our like.
Oh yeah.
top 5
Disappointments.
worst record. Yeah, top 5 disappointments of the year. Yeah. It was right up there with You're Welcome by A Day to Remember.
Oh god, not You're Welcome. And then oh my god, the Mod Sun album, I'm pretty sure that was up there too.
Yeah.
Or was that this year?
I don't even
That was last
remember.
year. That was last year. But I was very nervous to listen to this because I was like, I want to like new Black Veil Brides. I want to like it so bad, but the stuff that they put out, I think we both agreed on Savior 2 being kind of like a
meh. I was scared.
Yeah.
Because I was like, going off of this last record, you know, they have a track record where it's like, maybe they won't put out the best thing, and then they kind of followed up with like a great piece of work. But based off the single, I was like, oh no. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
But that is not the case. Like, I will actually like go back and listen to this, because I was like, oh, I'm so out of my Black Veil Brides phase. Like, I'm not 14 anymore. And then this EP came out, and I'm like, I'm 14 again, bro. Like, this shit is awesome.
Should have been it when we were young, man. Come on, everybody was.
Yeah, I should have went to Saturday. It probably would have been really good if I was there.
You would have stopped the wind.
Yeah, I would have just stopped it, and it would have been great, because you would have been like, ha, look, it got canceled. I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
I've been like, I saw this coming. But honestly, I enjoyed this EP. My expectations did not live up to it. Oh wait, no, the opposite of that. Flip flop that. My expectations were lower. They were exceeded.
The EP exceeded my expectations.
The EP take that from the top. The EP exceeded my expectations.
Good job.
Bro, I was able to pronounce the Russian album title. Give me one win. I enjoyed this. Thank you for making good music again, respectfully. Because the last album, as I said, was not my favorite. But I really like this EP. I like the direction you guys are going in. I wish I could see Trinity 3. Shane will be going. I will be living vicariously through him.
I will probably be going. I don't know. I'm like,
I thought you got the tickets.
I have the ticket, but do I want to go to New York City the day before Thanksgiving? The busiest travel holiday of the year.
The busiest place to be. And
then the busiest place to be on the busiest travel holiday of the year. Do I really want to? So I'm having second thoughts.
Trinity. It's Trinity. Dude.
With Atreyu, dude.
If they add Fly, they might add Fly to the set list, dude. Have you been seeing my posts? They might add it. I
give a rat's ass if they add Fly to the set list.
Dude, no. Because if they add Fly, I need you to video it for me, man.
There will be plenty of other videos, I'm sure, from the New York City show of other sick fucks that traveled from wherever to New York City on the busiest travel day of the year. But I don't know if I want to.
No, dude, come on. I need you only if they add Fly though. So like after Halloween.
But at the same time, like, I don't know if I want to go, but at the same time, I don't think I'll be able to sell my ticket. So I'm kind of stuck.
Wait, are they floor?
No.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I have a really good seat. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to go, but I don't think I'll be able to sell my ticket. So I'm like, I don't quite know what to do here. But the show's less than a month away. So gonna have to make a decision at some point.
Yeah. Bayside dropped a new EP, the Red EP. Strangest Faces, song of the year. It's up there. That is possibly the gnarliest song I've ever heard. I know it's been like out for a while, but after hearing it live, then listening to it as a single, or actually flip those, and then hearing it on the EP, I'm like, this is possibly one of the best songs that I've listened to all year. It's just so good. The rest of the EP is amazing. It's like 3 songs, so it's like, you know, it's not weird for me to just talk about one. That's a third of the EP that I'm talking about right here. But honestly, great EP, great band. I have a drumstick by them. So
nice.
Bam.
I think that your take on Strangest Faces is a bold one.
How?
Because I think that on the EP that was my least favorite song.
How is that your least favorite?
I just, I wasn't really vibing with it, man.
You're gonna have to listen to it like 2 more times and then you'll understand.
I think I've listened to the EP enough.
You'll understand.
But I thought that overall the EP was pretty good. I'm glad that you very much enjoyed it.
I did. I truly did. I like Bayside.
Nice. The Used dropped a new single, "Fuck You." Sounds like an average call with Glory and I.
Yeah.
This song was pretty good. I'm glad to see the Used back. Hopefully starting the rollout on that album they recorded, I believe earlier this year. So I need a new Used record next year.
Come back on the pod next year.
True.
That's crazy to say. That's crazy. But yeah, this single was great. Glad to see that they're still alive, even though like they've been on like 3 tours. Good to see that they're still putting out music. Really enjoyed it. Bert, why weren't you on stage? You missed your cue.
My cat last night.
But at the same time, I'm kind of happy they didn't do that, because then I would have rioted.
That would have broken the fourth wall.
I would have been like, there's literally no way you're gonna do this to me right now. You're doing this to me personally. This is an attack against me, because they didn't even play singular at my show. And now you're gonna go, these people don't even know what this song is. But it's fine, because they didn't do it. Thank you guys. But this song banged.
I was personally hoping for Under Pressure.
That would have been good.
I think that if, since my Ken was playing into the whole "we're from 2004 but we're old now" vibe, I totally think that they should have put some makeup on Bert, made him look old, and made them do Under Pressure together. There's still one more chance for that to happen.
Wait, are they not on the other dates?
Well, there's only one more, When We Were Young.
I thought there were 4.
No, there's 3. There's only a Saturday next week.
Wow.
There's no Sunday.
That's weird. I thought it was 4 more dates.
No.
Guess not. No. Dang, okay.
Sorry for saying
No, you were about to take my topic, man. Set it off, and Hatsumiku dropped a new single, "Why Do I?"
Why does this exist?
What?
That's the question I pose back at you guys.
Who organized this, and why did they organize this? Because I thought, I don't know who Hatsumiki is. I know it's like a fake person, right? Like an AI person, I think. Again, no knowledge, but it's like, I thought they were from like an anime or something. So seeing them feature on like a song, wait, are they like a singer?
Fucking no.
Because I've seen the picture everywhere, so I'm like, okay, like it's like an anime character. Sure, great, awesome. But now bro is featuring on Set It Off songs. What's going on? Need that for me. But I mean, like, honestly, I thought it was better than like what I originally thought it was gonna. I thought it was gonna suck. Basically, I thought it was gonna be ass. But I listened to it and I was like, you know what? This is good. But the funniest thing is I saw people like, oh my god, Hatsumiku is tuned so well, or is pitched so well. And I'm like, yeah, because it's a computer thing. Like, what do you, it's like saying something like, oh my god, bro hit his high note so well on stage last night, because that's a person. Like, I'm sorry, that was such a weird little rant, but I don't know, that bothered me.
I was just, so I saw the track, not the actual song, but just like the release date for it get leaked, and I was like, this isn't fucking real.
That's fake.
They're fucking with us. I was like, there's no fucking way. And then they announced it, and I was like, nah,
that's still fake.
Nah. Album came out like March, April, so they're just playing a late April Fool's joke on us.
Exactly.
And then Friday rolled around, and it was in my Spotify release radar, and I was like, nah, that's a funny joke. And then I listened to it, and I was like, God fucking damn
Why?
it. Yeah. And that's kind of still where I'm at. Why?
Why? Please tell me, why do I work?
Exactly, pretty much. I thought that it wasn't bad. I didn't really like it, but I thought it was going to go over way worse than it did. And that's about all I have to say on the topic, because I'm still kind of in shock that it is a real thing that happened. Next topic.
Not gonna lie, I was embarrassed when it came on, and I was like, I had it on in my kitchen, and I was like, I hope nobody comes into the kitchen while I'm listening to this. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't.
It's a little
Continue.
embarrassing.
It was.
Royal and the Serpent dropped a new single, Happiness for Dummies. This song is banging. Stoked for the EP that drops this Friday. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I really enjoyed this track. I feel like this was kind of like a different vibe than all of her other tracks. And I liked it personally a lot. It was not much in tone, but just in vibe, it was a lighter track where all the other stuff is kind of like spooky vibe, I guess. Spooky, I say that lightly. It's not like this is Halloween, it's something like that. But it's like that vibe. I don't know. I really like this. I could hear this on the radio. I could put this in my playlist. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Hawthorne Heights dropped new single Dandelions. I think we've listened to Hawthorne Heights before, right?
We listened to their last record.
The last record. See, my memory with stuff that is not in this year.
Yeah.
Gone.
The last record was fine. But I'm really fucking with this new track. This is awesome. It's fucking catchy and it's awesome. I'm gonna keep calling it awesome.
Awesome.
I'm from New Jersey.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed this track. I was not embarrassed to have this one playing in the kitchen. I was like, I hope everybody comes into the kitchen to be like, man, what's this cool song?
I am floating like a dandelion. God damn.
I hate when that happens. But yeah, really good track.
Nice. Knuckle Puck dropped a new single, Groundhog Day. They are not floating like dandelions, but this song is pretty good.
This song is a summer anthem dropped in the winter.
I feel like that's most pop punk.
I know, but it's like, come on, I feel like pop punk should only have like a window of time to drop music, and it's just in the summer, maybe spring. I'll let a couple bands slide in the spring.
And if you're the Wonder Years, you can drop in the winter because it's just sad.
Exactly. Wonder Years is the only pop punk band that gets like a pass. But like, come on, guys. I only want to hear crickets in the winter if you're a pop punk band, unless you're doing an acoustic stripped down Christmas song. That's like it. That's it, guys. But it was very good. I enjoyed it. LS Dunes dropped a new single, Bomb Squad. LS Dunes, they're killing it. This is very good. I could really hear Frank in this one. His influence on the guitar is crazy, guys.
Bro, it's nuts. Bro. Dude, this fucking song's great. I'm sitting here. I'm very excited for this album. Comes out super soon. Less than a month. And then I see them in a month and a day. The day after Thanksgiving.
Wow. So you have Ink, Thanksgiving, LS Dunes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, I'm very excited. So, hell yeah. PVRIS dropped 2 new singles, Animal and Anywhere. But here, before we talk about it, I would like to talk about the fact that Hopeless picked this fucking band up, which is wild. Because PVRIS
was massive.
PVRIS was a major label band, and now they're on Hopeless, and it's like, that's fucking crazy to me, because it's not like PVRIS fell off or anything. Like, PVRIS is still doing just fine, still well over 2 million monthlies, was just opening arenas with Machine Gun Kelly. Like, they're not doing half bad for themselves in terms of like what they were at when we were Young Fest. Like, doing pretty good. So I was like, God damn, Hopeless, that's a good signing there.
Good job, Hopeless.
These songs are fucking weird. I like them, but I'm very confused as to what was happening the entire time I was listening to both of them.
I was not confused. I just they came on and I was like, oh wow, this bangs. I really like this. And then they left. So it was kind of like, man, this is really good. I'm glad PVRIS dropped something new. It's kind of freaky. That's the wrong word. That's the completely wrong word to use. But yeah, I don't know. It was more on the, I don't know, dude. I haven't had any caffeine today. I don't know what's going on with me right now. But I don't know. It was good. Eerie. It was kind of eerie-ish is what I was trying to say. Not freaky, eerie. Thank you. You mean E and eerie and freaky are kind of in the same circle. Because, Halloween. Yeah. Yumi at 6 dropped a new single, Mixed Emotions. This banged really hard.
This is
I
a
like
fucking
this a
good
lot.
song. This is a good
Mhm.
song.
Mhm.
They announced their new record. It comes out in January, and I'm loving all the singles off this album. I'm expecting to like this album about 50 million times more than I liked their last record. I really did not like the last one. So hell yeah, I'm very excited.
Hell yeah.
Post Malone, Mark Morrison, and Sick Kick
Sick Kick. Yeah, I think so.
dropped a new single, Cooped Up / Turn of the Mac. I wish that this song never played in my car.
Wow.
I did not like whatever was happening in this.
I liked this a lot. I wish his album sounded exactly like this. It's actually, I think it's just a mashup of obviously Cooped Up and then Return of the Mac, which is, I believe, this could be awful if I'm wrong, Mark Morrison's song. So I think they literally just kind of smashed them together, said, there's a new song. And I liked it a lot. Truly. I liked it a lot. So you know what, Shane? I don't care.
Fuck You by The Used. Anyways, I was listening to this song. I had the pleasure of hearing it once, or the displeasure, as some may say. And then I was listening through the singles again today on my way home from work, and this came on, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to hear this again, and I skipped it. I don't like it.
That's fair. You know what? I can't even be mad. Oh my god, I can't even be mad at you because it's Post Malone. I can't defend that, man. Go for it, man. Go for it. Cave Town dropped new single, Frog. I love you, Robbie. You're killing it. This song is incredible. I love frogs. Thank you.
This song is pretty good. Good job, dude. And for our last topic,
like you know him. Good job, dude.
Yeah, good job, dude. You're killing it, dude. And for our last single, Action Adventure dropped a new single, Carolina Reaper. This song fucking bangs. I cannot wait for this record to be out in a couple of weeks.
I love this track. My brother came into the kitchen as this track was playing, and I was like, oh, that's a cool band name. And I was like, right? And he was like, oh man, this song's good. And I was like, it is. And he was like, have you interviewed them? And I was like, I did. Yeah. And he was like, are they cool? And I was like, they're pretty cool. So like I had that nice little moment during the song. So the song automatically bangs a million times harder because of that. Good song, guys.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, as I said, that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp, all audio streaming services ever are Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com. Patreon is patreon.com/goodnoisepodcast. Glory's got your Patreon supporters and your Twitch subs and your important plugs. And then we're going to sign off because guess what I got to do after this?
What?
Homework.
I'm so surprised.
Damn. What if I did my homework on time?
Man. Oh my god. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother, my uncle, Matt from Pulses, Jeremy, Brady, Zari, and Eric. Did you copy and paste this? Or
yes,
did I? Okay, thank you. Because I was like, I don't remember putting this. And thank you to our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover, Buzz Lightskin, Matt, again for Pulses. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Sam, Zari. Thank you, Zari. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
you guys
everybody.
rock. Yeah. Oh, important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Get your vaccine if possible. Wear your masks in like crowded situations. Places. Thank you. Be a decent person. Thank you.
And before we sign off, thank you, Knockout Wolf, for the raid. Shout out to you.
Shout out. Thank you.
Shout out, Brody. Hell yeah, man.
Yay.
Well, that's everything we got. I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.